Alright, well hello, I'm Jog, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Last time, we finished up the Ice Temple, and if we go to our map, we only have 2 locations left. Dungeon 6 and Dungeon 7. However, I can't do anything from here, and I didn't mean to hit that button. I need to go to the Light World if I wish to get back over to the Dark World. They'll head Bombos out from that fight with the boss. Oh well. Alright, well, unfortunately, the only way to get to the swamp, aka dungeon number 6, is to call the bird and go over this way. As well as to make sure that you have the gauntlets from dungeon 4. And with that, we are good to go. I already took care of this in a previous episode, but just a reminder, we need the medallion that you would find on top of Death Mountain. If you didn't have that yet, you have to go grab that and come down here to use it on this pedestal and walk into the Swamp Palace. Now, it's actually a trick that I saw. Now, it's implied that you're supposed to have the grapple hooked in this dungeon to get across this, such as to do that. However, apparently there's a trick. If you press up, dash, left, and how it works is that you dash by hitting the block, but you don't have enough space, so you have to make sure you go up and then hit that. You hit the block and then immediately hit the edge. You hit the direction opposite of the hole, and that should be enough to get you across. Of course, I do it successfully the first time, but failed that time. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. Dash, hit the block. After you hit the block, hold the direction that you want to go into. So in my case, it was getting past the pit, so to the left. Okay, we got Rizro just making their appearance. They did show up in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, and there were 2 varieties of them in Zelda 1. They were kind of annoying. Zelda 2, they also did show up, but it was like 2 versions of them, more like Wizrobes and cultist-looking guys, and yeah, not a big fan of that one. Alright, I would say this is our big central room, anti-fairy, and this is where I definitely get the most lost. I know that right-hand side is not going to be all that useful to us, and I don't think it's that side either. We want to go to the top right-hand side. I want to say on the right-hand side, other than that locked door, there's going to be... probably, I want to think there's a big chest alongside the map, I'm assuming. We'll deal with things as they come, and first off, get rid of you. Go up this way. I'm not gonna lie, this dungeon is the one I remember the least about. It's definitely the one I get the most lost in. But this is also the dungeon I highly recommend doing before doing Dungeon 5, the Ice Palace, because it's odd. The item we get for this dungeon is not all that great. However, it is really useful. Never mind. I was gonna get down that one. It is not the best item, but it is extremely useful for the puzzle in the Ice Palace. That'll make sense once we get it, and we also need this item if we want to. If we actually want to get into dungeons, essentially progress into Dungeon 7. Before we do that, I'm gonna go to my magic cape, because I don't want to take damage from these spikes. And I thought the game was supposed to make us invisible. No, it makes us invincible! I'm invincible! Yep, okay, here's the map. This door we actually don't have to bother with if we don't wish. If you want to save a key, you can go ahead and do that. It's interesting that they actually allow you to do that. And honestly, saving a key... Well, I don't think it's going to be, like, the end-all, be-all. Not having to use a key can be very useful when you don't... in a situation where you don't think about it, like that door there. Granted, if I used the one key, I still would have had the other one, but... I don't know how I dodged that one. Yeah, 3 keys. So many keys. We go back up this way. I want to say there's nothing for us up this way. I just wanted to check. Also, yeah, these slugs can take a beating, apparently. Should also have checked out my blah 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 situation. Yeah. I should have checked my potion situation. I know I have one blue potion. And I'm gonna say right now, it may not be a bad idea to have 1 or 2 blue potions, especially for what's gonna be coming up ahead. I don't want to spoil too much, but we only got, like... Depending on how things go, this will either be the last. It will be the 3rd to last or the 2nd to last video. That depends on how everything goes. Because, yeah, we're very close to the end. But either way, next episode is going to be... Well, a little bit of a spoiler. The boss of the next dungeon, Dungeon 7, you're gonna need magic to defeat. Also, you didn't have to do this, I just wanted to show this off real quick. Link, it is I, blah, 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 the Elder. You must set the 4 torches... You must set fire to the 4 torches to open the way forward. Now, there's technically 2 ways to do this. The way they intended you to do it, and the speedrunner's way of doing it. Now, the intended way of doing it is obviously just to push the blocks in the right way, but if you know what you're doing, the speedrunner way of doing things, it's push the block, and then I messed it up. You push the block, and as the block is moving, you use the fire rod. I'm guessing as the block is moving, it's not considered a solid object, so your fire rod can go through it. And yeah, if you lit the 4 torches without knowing about it, which you didn't have to go talk to Sasahasala, you would do that, you would get this situation happening, and you might not know what's going on. Also, yeah, that's why you need the blocks to be moving. You didn't know to talk to Sasahasala, you might not know about this room being open, and this floor could throw you off. You do want to fall down this. I feel like it might be a little bit obvious, because, why is this just one random hole in the middle of all this? And we need to go down this to get ourselves the big key! We had no other way of getting into that room otherwise. Oh, and speaking of the big key... This is the big key door, but I'm not worried about that right now. First off, I want to go back the other way. And I think I want to get out the hookshot for a faster way of doing things. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to find that room again. Not easily. I always get lost. And yeah, this is not actually working out the way I wanted. Contemplating whether or not it'll be faster, and I couldn't remember if I could do that. Nope. It may have been a little bit faster to just have used the magic mirror, go back to the beginning, and use that to get to the chest. Not over here. I am completely thrown off. Wow. Okay, go up this staircase. Here we go. Go in here. Anti-fairy torch thing, and here we go. I want the hook shot so I can grab that block and get over there, because the floor will despawn. Apparently this is not my day, wow. Well, oh well. Anti-fairy, thank you. Now, you technically do have enough time. You don't have to do this, it's just faster doing it this way. And there we go. Go all the way over here for the Cane of Samaria. It'll be very helpful if you make proper use of it. One mysterious cane. So, the Cane of Samaria is not at all... Well, actually, that's a lie. It's not needed for the boss, but it is needed for the dungeon. And essentially has, what I would say, 3 functions. Although, the second function is linked to the first. Function 1 is that it will summon down a block, a magical block. If you hit the attack button, that magical block will then split off into 4 attacks. And the third function is we'll find later on. And, okay, I don't know why I thought one of those doors locked on me. That was not the case. Oh well, huzzah! This room full of anti-fairies if you need a refill. Actually a great room, because these 2 anti-fairies plus one of the dark roll trap things that turn you into a bunny, so a great place to restock. Alright, we'll go over here for some medic powder. Because you do need some of that. The Cane of Samaria is a magic item, so it does require magic. Oh, and this room. If you're doing a randomizer and you don't have the lantern, this room can be a real pain. Also, Key on this side, not at all necessary. It's just a money room. And it's not even a big money room. It's honestly a bit of a ripoff. That does mean that I missed a key someplace, but I'm not gonna go crying over it, because it's not like I needed it. Anyways, this room is a pain, because you need to come over here, lift it up, and use the Cane of Somalia to put a block on top of that switch. Oh, not you. I want to go this way, thank you. In the dark, no torches, a little bit annoying. And wait for your turn. Oh, I was hoping to go down and not take a hit, but well, clearly that didn't go as planned. You. I can never remember if I have to hit that or not. I have to hit that. Okay. Well, I can try and show off the other function of the cane. No, not that way. I'm trying to think if I can even do this. I can't, just not that way. There we go. If you do that, it'll do those little 4-directional sword beams? I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. It could be used to defeat Wizrobes, I'm gonna say right now. I know I've seen a few speed runs where people have done that, I just can never get the timing on that one. Also, another rupee room. Don't know how do you get to this one, actually. And honestly, I'm at the point where I don't care. Oh. I'm at the point where I don't care about cash, so I can live with that. Also, those little guys, those are actually little enemies. They're found rarely throughout the game. So it's a little bit interesting. Okay, another red-blue switch in the back. I did have to hit it. My phone went off. I'll deal with that later on. Again, I can never remember if I have to hit the switches or not. And, I mean, I really don't see any reason for that to be there, other than just to be an annoyance for this. Also, that fire snake, I believe what it's called, that, I swear I can... I swear it has a mind of its own, how it actually wants to act. But that is not here or there, because now we are here, dealing with the boss of the swamp. A giant eyeball. And actually, I'm just gonna be better off on the other side, I believe. No? Wait. Yeah, be careful, it shoots lightning. And having the tempered sword is really great, because we just have to keep on fighting these eyeballs. You don't have to fight all of them, those 4 right in front of it are gonna be immune. Ow. Also, lightning, I don't know if there's any way to tell where that lightning is gonna happen, so just beware. Also, that's goo that he stands in, I believe is acid, so standing in it will hurt us. But, as you can kind of see, he's not all that much of a threat. I think he's immune to... No, he's not. Alright. The acid goes away when he is defeated, so don't worry about that. Anyway, he's hot. And... oh, I didn't get my spinny. Link, because of you, I can escape the clutches of the evil monsters, thank you! Ganon captured us because he couldn't break the seal of the wise men with his power alone. And then, using the wizard Aghanim as his pawn, he drew us into the Dark World. After cracking the seal with our power, he sealed us inside these crystals. He then gave us to his loyal monsters, but Ganon didn't plan on you getting this far. Now, Princess Zelda is waiting for you inside of Turtle Rock. Please, hurry! Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Yeah! And there we go. So, with that out of the way, we could head straight over to Turtle Rock. However, with Dungeons 5 and 6 completed, there's actually something very useful that is now available to us. For that, though, I need to go back to the Dark World. And I'm not sure which way is going to be the fastest way of getting to my location, but I want to say it's this. So how this thing works, and as I try to describe it as we get away towards it, is that Dungeons 5 and 6 are essentially keys that essentially unlock this reward that we're going to be able to get. Now, again, in randomizers, it's set up so that what two palaces or what two crystals need to collect or shade it differently, because it is these two specific... It was those two specific maidens that were the keys, and not just random maidens. So if I did dungeons... I could have done Dungeon 1, Dungeon 5... Defeated the boss of Dungeon 1, defeat the boss of Dungeon 5, and then defeat the boss of Dungeon 6. You're able to come in here and grab this thing. 100 rupees for 30 bombs. I also have a new super bomb in stock, only for 100 rupees. Please buy 2, mister. Be very careful with this. Thank you very much. You can drop this bomb off anywhere by pressing the A button, but don't forget it. Yes, so do not dash. Do not dash until you know what you're doing. So yes, you could have saved those 3 specific maidens, and then have gotten this reward at any time. Granted, you do need... Well... I'm gonna say that might be a bit of a spoiler, but yeah, no. The only reason why you probably wouldn't do what I'm talking about right now, like just defeating Dungeons 5 and 6 before the other ones, is that because you do need... You need the gauntlets from Dungeon 4, so you're already in Dungeon 4, and you need the Fire Rod from Dungeon 3. Because you need the Fire Rod for Dungeon 5, and the gauntlets for Dungeon 6. And technically, we also need the gauntlets to get into Dungeon 5 as well, so... By that point, you're already into the dungeons, why stop there? We had to bring that bomb to this specific location that I never showed off because normal bombs won't do anything. To find a mysterious pond, won't you throw something in it? Yes. I will throw in the bow! How do you know how to do this? You would find this out a little bit later on. Hello there, did you drop this? You are an honest person, I like you, and I'll give you something important. These are silver arrows, to give Ganon his last moment. You'll definitely need them. I know, I don't quite have the figure of a fairy. Ganon's cruel power is to blame. You must defeat Ganon. So yes, this is the greatest of fairies, but we also got the silver arrows. You can now defeat Ganon, and I didn't realize until right now the arrow icon actually changes. I never noticed that till now. Mysterious Pond, let's throw something else in. How about we throw in... I'd love to throw the book, but no. Have a tempered sword. And you know how this song and dance goes. Do you throw this? Yes. I like an honest person, so I'll give you something better in return. We go from the tempered sword to the butter sword. Or I guess the golden sword. Your sword is stronger. You can feel its power throbbing in your hand. I feel like there's a better way to describe that, but okay. That is the most powerful sword in the game and the most powerful bow. I want to say the bow will pretty much one-hit kill anything that is not immune to arrows. If you can shoot it with an arrow, well, maybe not these guys. If you can hit it with an arrow and it will deal damage, it will kill them. Can you? Yeah, because those guys are technically immune because of the whole annoying thing. Either way, Turtle Rock is all the way up onto the top of Death Mountain in the Dark World. And technically I've already been there. Now, there is a last episode or the episode before that, so we technically know of a way to get up there, but there's a much easier way. Also, I want to say because of the fact that Dungeons 5 and 6 were done, we now get Tektites on top of the mountain. Also, I never talked to my friends, trapped here in the Dark World. Wow, your shape didn't change. You got the moon pole, huh? You didn't change your shape? You aren't just a normal guy, are you? I feel so sorry for the little blob guy, but if he likes it, I mean, good for him. Wow. And yes, I think we're gonna start Dungeon 7, but we're not gonna be finishing it. There is a reason for that, it'll make sense later on. So I believe, yeah, Tektites are kind of like the skeletons. They jump away when they see attacks coming. Alright, let's get out the hammer. We don't need the hammer of the bridge. But we do need the hammer for what's coming up. Fairies! Also, if you see that cave over there, that looks like an odd place for a cave to be. Yeah, that might be important later on. Maybe, who knows. Okay, now for another thing that I always get thrown off by, because I can remember the exact pattern. Is it... No, okay, so it is right top left. You know you did something wrong thanks to the audio clues. Either way, we do all that and find ourselves a magic portal leading to the top of Turtle Rock. You had to do that to get on top of this, and, well, we also need the Craig Medallion, which we found near the Dark World version of Zora's Domain. Either way, Break is back! Interesting how doing that causes the entire face to just go away and a staircase to show up. Alright. One last thing. I think I heard you could do this. If you grab the toes? Yes, okay. I never did that before. I heard about that. If you do that, you can get coins. Oh, coins. It's in the Mario. Oh, I guess it's only the one side. You get rupees to show up. I don't get the reason behind that, but alright. Welcome to Turtle Rock, and this is a place I would recommend having a blue potion or two. Link, do you possess the medicine of magic? If not, I recommend against going any further. I'm gonna say that's Zelda. It could be but I feel like it should be Zelda. Anyways, this is the third use for the Cane of Samaria. It can make these platforms on these question mark blocks. How do you know how to do this? Sad to say, trial and error. Because I don't know how else you're supposed to figure that one out. Alright. But yeah, this is, well, kind of the big test of your strength and your abilities. I'm gonna say right now, I should have mentioned this earlier, if you do not have the Ice Rod, that is found to the right, actually I want to save that one, to the right of Lake Hylia, you're gonna need it. You cannot finish this dungeon without the Ice Rod. The Ice Rod is 100% important to finishing this place, alongside the Fire Rod, but you can't get too far into this dungeon without the Fire Rod, and a little bit rude. Okay, no, hold off on that. Okay, so we have to light these 4 torches. That's completely fine. The issue being that these torches don't last forever. And when the torches go out, that door will close. So make sure you're just holding left to get off the platform and go over this way. And we got... Oh, wait, shoot, I forgot something! Dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh, well. There was actually an item I could have gotten back in the Light World. I forgot all about it. It's not all that important. Just an extra item. Anyways, the map. Don't care about that. The key is definitely more important. The item works essentially kind of like the magic cape, except maybe it uses less magic. I honestly don't know. I don't see the appeal for it. I can show that off next time. Because next episode might be the last episode, just at the rate this is going. Oh. I walked a little too far. Either way, we got all that we needed. All these other rooms are just gonna have random items. Some will have magic and whatnot, and I honestly don't care. I want to go up here with my 1 key. I want to put that in mind. 1 key, because we get into this room, and it looks like we need another key. No, we just need to get rid of this guy, because he drops us the 2nd key. It's a little bit rude, but as long as you actually pay attention, not pay attention, if you actually, like, try to fight and attack, you're fine. Alright. Boomerang! Boomerang! Chain Chomps, get out of here. You're in the wrong series. Yeah, no idea why they're here. They show up, like, a few times, I think, in this dungeon, and maybe in the final dungeon. I can't honestly remember 100%. Ooh, fairy. That was very nice. I have to use the anti-fairy now. Yeah, so this is what I would call the gimmick of this first half of the dungeon. We got these tubes that essentially Link has to crawl through. Ow, ow, ow. I only imagine that he gets hurt when he does it. Like, he doesn't know, because he's in the dark, he's not gonna know where every corner is, so I just imagine him bashing his head against everything. Okay, this room full of anti-fairies, but not the other thing I was thinking about. Okay, that's fine. I'll just hit you, get rid of that. I'm not gonna worry about that, because I can't. And, yeah. This guy is also holding a key. You know, it's the little thing. Also, before I forget, let me move back a little bit. Do you notice anything about the door? There's an eye. It shoots lasers at me. But it only attacks when I look at it. Something to keep in mind. Hello there. Boss key. Already, we're getting the big key. Which makes you think that we might be nearing the end. Not entirely so, but, like... It's very interesting to say the least. Magic back, would have preferred health. But I can fix that. with some dust in the eyes. Pocket sand! Ow. 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 Okay. That joke wasn't fun in the first place, so why am I doing it now? Okay, so we went all the way around just to go essentially around in a circle, but if we take this upper pathway, which we wanted to do after we got ourselves a big key... Okay, really? Oh, before I forget, because it is kind of important, the golden sword, or the butter sword as I like to call it, we'll kill them with fats and starches and everything else. So, obviously, the golden sword is more powerful than that of the tempered sword. But if you remember what I said before about the tempered sword, the spin attack of the tempered sword will not do any damage to Mothra. The golden sword's normal attack will not do anything to Mothra. So, keep that in mind. And I believe we just want to go over to this corner before we go back into the dungeon. We just decided to go right here. We can go into this little passageway. That was a little bit awkward to say the very least. Anyhow, sword attacks can hit these guys, but it's just so much easier to use the bow. There we go. Also, my sword can just 1-hit KO them because it's so powerful. Thank you. Because here we go. Inside this chest is our very last piece of heart. Only one heart remains, and that's from the boss of Turtle Rock. And I want to say with this, we are going to be calling it just about quits. There's not much left before I think we can call it. But first off, I just want to go in here, use that, and we can get ourselves the Mirror Shield. You can now reflect beams that your old shield could not block. I want to say this is a permanent upgrade. It cannot be stolen. And we have the added benefit of just being able to warp right back out here to the base to the start of the dungeon. And I believe if we use the magic mirror on this side, if you're having difficulty, no, too far. And no, that's not what I think we want to be. Maybe it is. I could be getting this mistaken with another place entirely, but I want to say we should be able to find fairies in this place. I mean, in a worst case scenario, there'll hopefully just be a way back. I don't want to go explore. Well, I can always just go back. Because, yeah, this is just going to take me downwards, and that's not what I want. Oh, well. Next time in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, I think we're honestly just going to finish up the game. A little bit quicker than I thought. I didn't think it would only be like 10 episodes, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So, I will see you back in Turtle Rock next time. Till then, have a good one. Bye-bye.